Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. So excited to talk to you. This is Cami from Get Real LOL, and I am here with Daniel, and he's ready to roll. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hi, Heather.
This is talk to you both.
Why did you, first question, why did you keep your occupation a secret from the other house guests?
I just kind of figured that if they knew that I was into acting and modeling, that they would use it against me. And they were already using so many other things against me that I didn't want them to think that anything I did inside the house was a lie. Like, ultimately, that's what we all do in the house, we lie. But I didn't want them to use the fact that I love acting as I'm lying about everything.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Do you think if Adele had stayed and during, you would have won that last HOH instead of Sabrina?
Yes, definitely. I think that keeping Adele is definitely my biggest regret in the game. And I think if he stayed, him and I would have worked a lot closer together and ultimately probably got a lot farther with Netta.
Okay. Follow-up question then. How come you didn't try to convince Netta to keep Adele over Sabrina?
I think by the time that I started realizing that it might be smart to keep Adele, it was already too late. And there was already so many aspects that were good in our mind at the time to keep Sabrina. And after all, I was just like, you know what, maybe just both of them could work in my favor, so I might as well go with Sabrina because these are the most reasons I have, whereas Adele was more of a gut feeling and then one reason. So I just went with whatever one had more, but I really should have just trusted my gut.
Okay. Now, you had to wear a lot of costumes this season. What was the worst costume you had to wear all season long?
Okay, so I love the squirrel costume, but I now figured that squirrel costume is bad luck. So I hate that costume, and I will burn it in my memory forever because the first time I wore it, I hurt my knee, and the second time I wore it, I lost POV.
Oh. Okay. What was your favorite part about the whole season?
My favorite part was experiencing something that I never in a million years thought that I would experience. Every day is a new adventure, and every day changes the person that I am inside the house and outside of the house. And it's something that made me a stronger individual for, well, now, leaving the house. So just being there was by far the best part.
That's pretty cool. Now, besides slop, what was the worst thing you had to eat in the house?
Oh, geez, slop is pretty bad. I think the worst thing I've eaten in there, probably, okay, I burnt cookies, and they were awful. And everybody kept eating them with Nutella and said that they were so good, but they were really, really bad. I just ate them to make everyone else feel good. And I think that was probably the worst thing I ate in there besides actual slop.
All right. If you could do the game over, what would you change?
I think that I definitely would have just stayed more quiet in the beginning. I think I probably wouldn't have talked to Sabrina at all. And I definitely would have tried getting to know people first before showing my personality, and then aligning myself with people I think could bring me to the end more so than just one person and putting all my trust in them.
Okay. Now, how disappointed were you that John voted you out?
Oh my gosh, my big brother John. I am so upset. I would have brought him all the way to the end if he picked me, and ultimately now, I guess he really didn't need to do that because he won the game anyways. But it hurt more emotionally because I kind of saw it coming. I knew how close him and Netta were. I was just praying that he would pick me instead. But it kind of hurts on my side because it was like, oh, you're like my big brother and you're kicking me out of my game. This is my dream and I want it to go to the end. And it's still something I beat myself up about daily, but I definitely understand why he did it.
Okay. Now, how excited were you to see Will during the family visit, and have you seen him since you left the house?
Oh, my God. That is my favorite personal moment inside the house is seeing Will. I was speechless. is the best memory I have, and I love it. I think about it daily. I haven't gotten to see him yet. I get my phone back in a few hours, and he will be the first person I call.
Aw.
Aw. All right. What advice would you give to others who want to go on the show?
I would tell them to do it. To not go over the top, just be themselves and try out. Go into it knowing that so many things are not as they seem, and that it's a very crazy house once you get in there, and that you don't know as much as you see on TV when you're in the house, because it is very secretive. But try out, because this is the best experience you will ever have, and it's one that not very many people in the whole entire world get to experience, and it's a really shameful thing that they don't, because it's wonderful.
Aw. Thank you, Heather, so much for talking to us at Get Real LOL. We're in the U.S., but the U.S. wants to invade Canada. We loved covering the Canadian version.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun talking to you both, and I can't wait to hear and see everything.
I bet. Congratulations, honey.
Thank you.
All right, bye,
Thank
Heather.
you, Heather.
Bye.